Hello, my name is Brooke and welcome to my channel Babbling Brooke. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to achieve that preset look without paying a cent for presets. So I'm going to show you how to edit two photos. There's going to be this one and also this one. So two kind of images that you can shoot and then turn into kind of that tropical light blue vibe that I've been seeing around quite a lot, and to me it's quite appealing to the eye. So the first thing that you'll want to do is go into Lightroom and pick the image that you want to edit. I'm going to go with this image to start with. The only two things that I kind of use are the light and the color. So we're going to go into color to start with, and on the right hand side you'll see a little mix symbol with a color wheel. So click on that one and it'll bring up all of the different colors that you might find in an image. So as blue is the most prominent color in this image, jump into the blue and you'll see hue, saturation and luminance. So hue is what's really going to make that color different. So if you go to the right, you'll get a purple. If you go to the left, you'll see already that image is completely changed and you're already heading into that, I guess, like I've been saying, preset look. Saturation is, normally you use saturation and you light up all the colors. Well, in this, you can actually go into each individual color and light up the saturation in each color. So we'll up that a little bit. And luminance just deals with kind of the how light or dark that color might be. So if you really pump it up or down, so we'll have it up. Actually, I might just leave it as is for the moment. You can also go into that aqua and play around there. I just honestly slide up and down until I kind of achieve the look I want. So just kind of up and down, nothing too major in this one. Before I get into the rest of the colors, as you can see, the trees are quite dark. I'm actually going to jump into the light section and it'll bring up all of, I guess, those basic settings that you need to brighten an image. So I'm going to up the shadows straight away, highlights maybe down a little bit just so we're not losing, all that color in the clouds, all that detail, I should say. And just kind of play around until you find something that, till it works for you. So, maybe leave the blacks how they are for the moment, and then I'll go back to color and then I'll go back to that mix and into the greens. So the greens now are, as you can see, it's a bit more vibrant. I can play around with that color a bit more. With the hue and the greens, the left is going to get you more of a yellow green and the right is going to get you more of a really vibrant green. So it depends on what you want to go for. I find the combination of green hue to the left and blue hue to the left at this stage. So you can up the saturation and you can play around with the luminance how you wish. And because we've played around with the greens and kind of turned it into the yellows, we can then kind of play around with the trees a little bit further to whatever you kind of would, want that to look like. And this is a very quick edit, but all we've done is we've kind of played around in the light section, played around the mix section. I would actually, with here, you can play around the temp and the tint, but it's not really needed for this image, but I will up the vibrance because I think that looks quite nice. So this is, like I said, a quick edit, but as you can see, it's going from that quite, dull image to that preset look with literally just two little sections and a few different sliders. So that's the first image. And then the second one I'll go into is, where is that one? It is here. Similar thing I'm going to do is go into color straight away, go into the mix and blue and chuck down that hue, up the saturation a bit. Luminance probably can stay the same. Go into the aqua, same thing. Hue, not really making too much of a difference in this situation. Not too much of a difference. The greens, I'll probably want to play around with a little bit, but like I said, this is similar to the other image. You actually want to go back into light and up the, expose all those trees that are hiding in the shadows. So we'll up the shadows, play around with maybe the blacks a little bit up, and highlights kind of leave them as they are for the moment, go back to color. So it's really just about that back and forth kind of jumping between the color and the light section. So quite simple. And if you want to kind of, if you want to go into detail, you can sharpen images as well. If you want to make them a little bit extra sharp, but you can also do that in Instagram as well. So this is just a really quick edit to show you that you can go from something like this to something like this in not that much time, and you're also saving money because you don't have to spend money on presets. And I have nothing against presets. I think they're really handy for if you can't be bothered to edit or if you kind of don't have an eye for editing. But I think if you learn how to kind of edit, then you can really, you know, make each image look its best rather than just chucking a filter on it. So yeah, that's really as simple as that. If you want to have it for Instagram, you can crop it as well. Now Instagram is either 4:5 to get more of like the square, but if you want to go 8.5 and 11, that's more of that portrait mode. So it's up to you. Each make a big impact on a screen, but I find I like the 8.5 and 11. It does crop it a tiny bit on Instagram from that, but not much, not anything you would notice. And you know, when people are scrolling, it's that whole photo they're getting rather than, you know, the landscape photos, and it's quite tiny and it doesn't make that much of an impact. So people that are scrolling past, they're just, you know, one quick scroll and they're already past, whereas something as big as that takes a little bit more time to get past, and generally people notice it. So you can also do that. But that's really it. So that's just showing you how to edit the blues and the greens in an image. If you want me to do another type of photo, hey, maybe you can send me yours. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at, what is it? At It's Babbling Brook is where you can find me. Send me images. I can even, you know, edit yours and show you what might be best for, you know, situations you're in. But yeah. If you liked this video, please subscribe. You know, it would mean a lot. I'm just starting this channel. This will be probably one of my first videos that I put out. So, you know, subscribe. I'm going to be making more content like this. You know, like, comment, whatever you want to do. It all supports my my new journey. So thank you very much. Bye.